Howdy, Ando here from Happy Life Martial Arts. Welcome to episode number 80 of Fight for a Happy Life, the show that believes even a little martial arts makes life a whole lot better. Today, a conversation with my friend Menamy the Tsunami Mitanes. Now, you'll remember Menamy. He's appeared in several of my videos where we talk about Systema. I have always known Menamy to be a calm spirit, a very patient teacher, and a very experienced martial artist. He has black belts in Judo and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's a certified instructor in JKD and, of course, Systema. He heads up his own school here in LA called Systema Los Angeles. I'll make sure I put the link below in case you want to get in touch with him directly. But today, as we know, we're living in stressful times. Well, really, aren't all times a little stressful? But maybe now more than ever. So I thought I'd give him a call, since we're all in quarantine anyway, and see if he had any strategies for staying sane and healthy under these stressful circumstances. So I hope you'll enjoy this conversation as much as I did. I thought he had some pretty good advice, and I hope you can stick around and hear it for yourself. So let's get right to it. Menamy the Tsunami, welcome, my friend.
Thank you, Ando. Good seeing your face.
Is it? Thank you. What do you think of the glasses? These are my wife's glasses, actually, but I keep wearing them.
Really? Well, the collar fits your shirt, so.
Thank you, sir.
And my jacket as well.
Oh, yeah. No, we matched today. We should do a tap dance routine a little bit later. Make some money. Just 6 feet away.
That's right.
Now, if you don't mind, I don't want to ask about your background or your bio or how old you were when you started martial arts. I find those questions tedious and boring. We are living in stressful times right now. The coronavirus is everywhere. We're on lockdown. So whenever someone might be listening to this show, they might be under stress. So you're a practitioner of Systema, and that represents more than just fighting techniques. That's the system of life. So as someone who's a student of health and calm and hopefully relieving stress, can you give anyone who's listening some advice to manage stress and be a little healthier in stressful times?
Okay, so there are many things that you can do. The first, what we teach is everything goes to your breathing. Okay. It's all about breathing. So breathing will calm you down when you have a stress. And then breathing is the only immediate and available tool that we have to calm our body down, regulate our body, right? So just pay attention to your breathing.
I like that you said that it's the only immediate tool that we always have with us to start fighting back against the stress. We always have the ability to stop and take a breath. I love that advice right off the bat.
Yeah. That's the only thing we have, really. You know, we may not have this and that, but breath we always have as long as we live.
Right up until that last one, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, as soon as you say that, I'm sure people are going to ask, well, what kind of breathing? Is there a special type of breathing method? You could do different counts, fast, slow, diaphragmatic. What kind of breathing do you find is the most helpful for someone under stress?
There are different ways of methods of breathing. Yoga, ancient Buddhism, stuff like that. They have different breathing methods and also different breathing training to enhance your health and your body. But just simply put, when you're in stress, a lot of times we hold our breath without being aware of it.
Yes.
So, for example, when you do a stressful physical exercise or something, when you try to lift huge, something big, something heavy, you tend to hold your breath. But that even stresses your body. So you want to keep breathing. When you're in stress, when you're fearful, when you are feeling certain, say, negative emotions, you want to just, sit down, whatever, and start breathing, naturally. Breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth. And that's the start. And you keep doing that. And what we teach in Systema is to link your breath to movement. Every movement you make, you want to link your breath into it. So breath is supporting your movement. Breath needs to support whatever you do, even your thought. Even when you're sitting and thinking about something, you won't be supported by your breath. So just keep breathing naturally. And the longer the breath, I think it calms you more down, right?
Okay.
Calms you down more.
So. Right. So no dog breathing. Not good. The type of breathing when you called first, the type of breathing that you hit me with as soon as. Who is this? Oh, it's Menamy, of course.
But if you can use your nose, it's called burst breathing in what we do. You just use it for a few seconds to just restore your body, not with your mouth open, because it just doesn't restore your body. But when you use your nose, mouth, and then it starts to restore your body.
Okay.
So that's something you could do. But when you think about relaxation, when you breathe out, and it relaxes your body, because you're using your parasympathetic nerve when you breathe out. When you breathe in, it's the other way. So you want to calm your nervous system down using your breath, so that your body calms down, your emotions calm down.
Wonderful. Okay. And so the best advice is to pay attention to all the times when we freeze up. So it could be as simple, like you said, of just sitting down watching the news updates. You're watching a press conference from the mayor or the governor or the president, and you might find yourself, if you pay attention, not breathing because the news is just so upsetting. It could be any time. It's not just when someone's punching you. It could be just listening to something you don't want to hear. Pay attention, start breathing through it, breathe through your thinking, breathe through your moving. I think that's very good advice.
Yeah. Now, like in meditation, Buddhist meditation, they teach you to observe your breath, right? You want to observe yourself, what's happening to your body. Don't be so reactive to what you hear, what you see. Then you're just going, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Oh, what's happening? You're getting caught up by your own emotions.
Right.
You have to be in control of your emotions, because you're the only one who can control your emotions, your mind, but don't let your emotions or even your mind control you. It should be the other way around.
Put that monkey brain on a leash. Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
tie it
once you're over your stress, I was looking at your Instagram feed, and there was a picture here with you without a shirt. It's a couple of those. What's up? It's that Bruce Lee influence I see over your shoulder there. You believe you have to have no shirt to be a legitimate martial artist. Is that right?
Well, yeah. Well,
okay.
I wanted to be like Bruce Lee.
I understand, me too, but I'm not going to take off my shirt. But you have this one really nice quote here. You say, "You don't give thanks just to be nice. You give thanks to restore your true power." Now that phrase, true power, it's also on your website in a couple of different places. What do you mean by true power?
Well, true power, what I mean is we are born with certain power. We possess power. It's life energy, right? Whatever that makes you move, makes you do things. We are lived, right? We're given this life by God or whatever you call it. We were born and we were given that power and we're using it. I'm speaking to you. I'm doing things, here at home most of the time now. When I do martial arts, I train and, all those things. We have certain power already.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times, there are certain things that take your power away. One thing we already sort of touched on, which is your mind. You called it monkey mind, right? Monkey mind, your ego, all this mind that interferes with you. Your mind tells you you're not good enough. Your mind tells you, this guy's better than you. You're nobody.
Mm-hmm.
All that. And then you start become smaller and smaller. And that's already taking your power away.
Mm-hmm.
But it's you really doing it. No one's really doing it. Yeah, there are people who say, you're no good. But if you start believing that, then you're not really controlling your own mind or your belief. So you have to really change that. But like I said, I think we all have that power within ourselves. But a lot of times we're ignoring it. And then we're trying to go outside of ourselves. Oh, let's learn that. Oh, let's do this. Oh, let's learn the technique. Fine, learning techniques and learning skills is fine. But a lot of times you do that too much and you're not really paying attention to what you already possess, what you already have.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
When, as a teacher, I bring this topic up almost with every interview. As a teacher, what do you think it is that holds students back, or people in general, from really developing their true power? Like you say, they kind of give it away, or they let other people influence them a lot. But even when you're just training, you say, hit this, and they don't hit it very hard. And you say, you can hit that harder, but they don't. Or, come on, get out of there, don't give up, but they do give up so often. What do you think holds people back from really tuning into that true power?
One is fear, right? We're always afraid of certain things. Fear comes in, say, okay, so we're talking about martial arts. So in martial arts, you can't hit somebody. So there's two kinds of fear there. Fear of hurting someone, okay? And also fear of not being able to do it right. So, there's fear of success, and then there's fear of failure. So you don't give out your full trying, or how do I say? You just stop short of yourself because of those fears. Because you're always thinking about other people as well, right? So your teacher tells you one thing, your peers may tell you something else, but you feel the atmosphere as well, and you're feeling, okay, am I doing this right? I don't know, but it doesn't feel right. Okay, maybe I'm not doing it right. So, but you stop trying, gradually. So I think those things, if you want to be good at something, you really have to overcome certain hurdles, and you got to keep going. A lot of people stop short of being successful, and
most people, I would say, right?
Most people, and I say that because I do the same thing.
Well, it's funny you say that, because I know you're a black belt in judo, black belt in BJJ, certified in JKD, and certified in Systema. I think I see some medals very humbly hanging from a doorknob right over your shoulder where you have interviews. Very nice of you to have some medals hanging there. So at first glance, someone might say, oh, well, this guy's a big success. He's got all these black belts and medals there. He's a teacher, got his own thing going. But only the people who are successful understand that every one of those black belts and medals is just evidence of how much you've been failing and failing and failing and putting yourself out there to be a student and not know something and make those mistakes and then keep going. Is that fair? You're a big failure?
Yeah, well said. Well said. Somebody said there is no. I think somebody said there is no success ever. It's just a continuation of failure. and I think that's true. I mean, there is no success without failure. Everybody who's ever succeeded has failed big times, and Thomas Edison is I think probably the biggest example that we all know of. 1,000 times failure,
right?
One time success, whatever it is.
Right. Absolutely.
So yeah.
Great. Let me ask you this: having your background before you got into Systema, what was it that Systema answered for you? What you'd already been going through failures and successes and building up yourself and getting stronger and all the benefits of martial arts from judo and jiu-jitsu and JKD. So what was your first exposure to Systema that made you say, wait a minute, I have to get into this because there was something missing from all this other training that you'd already been doing? What was missing? What does Systema provide for you?
I would say, so when I found Systema, I went to Martin Wheeler and saw his movement and how they were training, and started to realize they were training not just in techniques, but overall being of who you are, yourself. So that sort of attracted me. The first thing was the movement, really. The movement, it wasn't technique-oriented movement. The movement was more of that came of being natural. Like when a punch comes into you, rather than reacting or responding with a set technique, which most martial arts teach, how to block, how to evade, even in grappling, how to grab somebody, how to move somebody. Okay, those are taught in certain set techniques, but Systema didn't have that. So I felt much freer, and I felt like I can explore myself within that environment rather than confining myself to a certain system, having somebody tell me, do it this way, do it that way. I thought, I could do it my own way within the principles that they provided. So that's the difference.
Great. So I guess your judo and your jiu-jitsu and JKD teachers were all just terrible people who did not share those types of freedoms with you. So you escaped their chains and you found freedom in Systema. Okay, I think that's a fair way to wrap that.
Yes, I love how you put it, how you put me to the corner. Yes.
Well, that's also very Bruce Lee-like. Again, Bruce Lee, about finding your own way and exploring your own. Systema gave you a space to explore your reactions and your own techniques as opposed to just trying to copy other people's. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think Bruce really, I think he was doing that, right? He learned it from Ip Man and, other people came over here and started to teach, and he wanted to really make his own martial art. It wasn't about making his organization, and he, from what I understand, he didn't want to have an organization. I'm sort of trying to follow what his original idea, and he talked about self-expression. Martial art is self-expression. We are all different. We shouldn't be conformed into jiu-jitsu or JKD or even Systema or karate, judo, whatever it is. Just to be fair, I learned from all my teachers, and I mentioned their names, and I appreciate every one of them. I learned quite a bit, and I have a tremendous respect. Yeah, I know you were kidding, but for some people who don't understand it.
I understand.
So, yeah.
And now in the Bruce Lee philosophy for selfish, self-centered egomaniacs, it really is the best philosophy. That your way is better than everyone else's way. So I'm on board with that. Here's to big egos.
There you go.
Can I ask you a question here about healing? You were kind enough to make a video with me a while ago, and it really took off on YouTube, hundreds of thousands of views. And one comment that I keep addressing, because I like to keep up, was this idea you said in the video that when you punch someone, that you're not trying to destroy them, really you're trying to heal them. And of course, most people hear that and just think it's completely bananas and have no frame of reference for what you're talking about. So could you speak a little bit about that concept? Because basically in the comments, I just say, hey, you have to ask Menamy.
Yeah.
So can you answer for that right now for anyone who might be listening?
Yeah, sure. I will answer in the best way possible, but you may still not be able to understand it. This is something, and to be fair, okay, this is something, it's an ongoing exploration for me as well, okay? So I'm not saying what I'm going to say is right and this is it. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just asking everyone to explore it.
Yes.
Because that's what I do too. But so the healing part, it's not just unique in Systema. It is sort of unique because we talk about it and we try to we actually use it, and my teachers, they to me they demonstrate it much better, very well. But if you look at Japanese martial arts and usually arts that come from Japan as well, in a lot of Japanese martial arts, there are two sides in martial arts. One is so they call it Sappo and Kappo. Okay, Sappo is killing methods. Okay, that's the fighting part of it, and Kappo is the healing side of it. So when you have the power to kill somebody, you also have the power to heal someone. So it's, maybe you can get into the Chinese martial arts as well, yin and yang.
Yes.
Okay, so you can't have just one side of it. You always have both sides of it. So if you think about that way, okay, if you can kill somebody, you can vitalize somebody. I'm not saying, you can magically make a dead person, revive. No, but maybe, I don't know, because we don't know. Maybe there have been somebody like that in our long or short history of mankind, however you look at it, because there's stories about Jesus Christ and whatnot, those warriors that we debate as well. Supposedly he came back, right? So
biggest comeback in fighting history.
Yeah.
Jesus, biggest fighting comeback story.
But those stories aside, so when you So when you the killing side of it, right? So when you're in martial arts, when you're fighting, and that's how most of us get into fighting, even in competition, you want to just beat somebody, okay, and you win. On the street, you beat somebody up and you walk away, feeling good. Oh, I just beat them. Like, okay, maybe I shouldn't say this.
It's fine. That's
Okay,
fine. I have a beep button here. I'll hit the beep. No problem.
all right,
Swear
all
away,
right,
my
hit
friend.
it.
It's your reputation, not mine.
I'm just saying, if you're on the street, you're fighting somebody, you may be like that. In competition, you may psych yourself up and, okay, I'm gonna beat him, I'm gonna beat him, I'm gonna beat him, whatever it is. But you're only looking at one side of it because your purpose is to beat your opponent. And that's what we mostly focus on. But if you look at the other side of it, and particularly when you look at self-defense, it's not just that, because self-defense, you need to look at the situation you're in. Like now, coronavirus is really invading us, and we're kind of defending ourselves by, surrounding ourselves with the walls and all sorts of stuff. You can't attack the virus. You can't attack. We don't know. You don't know who, when, where, by what kind of weapon you get attacked. So the whole concept is different. Okay, and then you have to look at protecting may not be the right word, but escaping and being safe. That's more important than fighting and winning the fight.
For sure. Now, you seem to be talking about healing or protecting yourself. I think the concept that people were confused by was that you're healing them. You're healing.
Okay.
Bad guys attacking you. You're healing them when you hit them.
Yeah. Sorry, maybe I sidetracked a little bit. Okay, so let's get back there. So when you hit somebody, okay, I think I talked about this when I did a video with you.
A little bit.
It's the energy that's going into the person's body, because your hand is not going into his body. It's the energy. You're sending the energy into him. Okay, no matter how you look at it. Okay, it's the energy that's going through my hand, arm, to the target. Right?
Yep. That's the hit side of it. Now, what about the healing side of it?
Right. Okay. So what kind of energy you're sending?
Yes.
Is the question. Okay. I can send a bad energy. Bad energy meaning killing energy. Okay. Killing. Why killing? Because I hate you. Because I don't like you. Because I think you're scum of the earth. That's the bad energy that I'm sending. Or can you send maybe peaceful energy, loving energy, but it is as powerful, but it's on the flip side of it.
I see. Okay. So you're talking about the intention that you hit someone with. If I hit you with anger and hatred, then you're going to pick up on that energy. So you're going to keep responding because what the heck, I hate you. So you're going to keep fighting. But if I can hit you, I'm still taking control of you. But you're not feeling that I'm angry with you or that it's personal. I'm just using my body to control you. Then that might cool your jets a little bit and say, oh, okay, maybe I don't have to feel threatened on an ego level or a personal level. I'm just a little out of control and I can kind of go with this energy because it's not something to oppose. It's actually kind of comforting to me. Maybe this person's already messed up, had a traumatic life, and that's why they're acting out. And then they're feeling that I'm taking care of you. Even though I'm going to hit you and control you, I'm going to do it in a way that you don't sense I'm just this wild animal just trying to kill you. I'm actually just trying to protect you a little bit here while this is happening, and therefore kind of turn you off from all of your old issues. Does that make sense? Am I getting that right?
Yeah, yes, totally. And On top of that, if you think about it, because we talk about relaxation, right?
Hmm.
So, so because we touched on that, that hateful feeling or negative feeling, that always creates tension in you, not not in your opponent. Well, it may he's going to feel that,
Mm.
but it's in you, and tension will always interfere with your own power. When you're relaxed, right? I think we talked about this too. When you're relaxed, that means you have to have certain more positive energy feeling, peaceful, yeah, loving feeling. Okay, that's when you're relaxed. When you're safe, that's when you're relaxed. And when you can do that with your body, you have to really feel it, because it starts with your mind. It starts internally, right? So when you have that relaxed, safe, enjoying, loving feeling, and then when you punch, there's nothing interfering with your energy.
Mm.
So it has to be more powerful.
All right. I think that's pretty clear. I'll delete out everything else that came before that, but I think that right there, that was very clear. So then this goes
Okay, good.
this goes towards the idea that again in Systema that you're really this project is to find your true power, which means you're healing yourself first. And if you can heal yourself, then you have that power to control
Hmm.
someone with a loving energy instead of a hateful energy, which is better for you too.
Yeah,
So the more you can heal yourself, the more you can use that power for good in a sense and not more destruction, right?
absolutely. Well said. Well said. You said healing yourself first,
Yeah.
and that's absolutely that is the way.
And so let
Yeah.
me ask you, I
Go
mean,
ahead.
how old a man are you nowadays?
Ooh, I am past 50. Okay,
Past
let's
50.
put
Is
that
that what you
out.
said? Past 50.
Yeah,
That was quite
yeah.
a dramatic reaction there. You don't seem very happy with yourself at all. You might want to look at that issue. Take a breath. Are you frozen up right now? 56.
I'm still healthy. You want to see my stomach?
No, I've seen it. I got the Instagram. Thank you very much for that. I'd like to see you in a sweater and a parka. I would prefer, if that's okay. Um, so, what has Systema healed for you, or if that's too personal? Um, how does it help you with like injuries that you've gotten older, but you're still very active and practicing? This might be the first time I've seen you without tape on your fingers. So, what exactly? How is it still helping you heal yourself? Is it still helping you?
In general, you're talking about, right?
Whatever you want. I'm just presumably
Yeah,
you're an older fellow now, and you're still very active. So, a very common topic I talk to people about
okay,
are
right.
injuries, getting
So,
older. But with Systema, you're able to keep going. You're healing yourself as you go. Do you find yourself breaking down still, or
so yeah.
right?
So as you get older, right? As you get older, you're gonna stop fighting. You have to. MMA fighters. How long will they last? Really, right? They last for most of them very very short years. Uh, Champion level fighters may last longer, but you can't be really fighting when you're 45 and 50 and 55, and look at it. A lot of us, hopefully we're going to live in the 60s and 70s and 80s, and we want to be healthy. If you keep fighting like when you're in your 20s, your body's gonna stop. Your body's gonna stop telling you, not to train, by a way of injuries and so forth. So again, systemic principles. We talked about breathing. Okay, breathing really vitalizes our body. So yeah, I pay attention to that. Uh, relaxing, relaxing your body, relaxing your mind. All that counts. That also makes you healthier. than if you're just, fighting all the time, this guy said something and, you're reacting to that and this, and, you're stressing your body that way. So I think if you keep doing that, you age faster. So all that, Systema is, I think, tremendously helping me, and it should help a lot of people. And it's not just, just because you're over 40. No, you have to start when you were young. I see young people who can't move like me. You know what I'm saying?
I do, yes.
So, yeah, I mean, what's up with that? They can't.
What's up with that?
They can't even squat down.
Video games. That's what's up.
Right. So you got to get off your chair, or, whatever it is. You got to move. And that's the other thing about Systema. We teach you how to really move and be healthy. You have to move all parts of your body, from toe to head, every part of your body, and not just, your muscles, your connective tissues, your organs, your cells, and everything. You have to work on that. Otherwise, the body parts of the body will stick together. That's what happens when you get old. And then, but you have to start when you're young, and then you'll be too late. And, when you're in your 40s and you can't squat down, and, I see that in a lot of people. So.
Are you telling people if they haven't done this already, but they're 40 and up, they shouldn't even start now? Is that what you're saying? What did you just say? You keep saying you have to start when you're young. So don't come to your classes if you're over 40. That's what you're saying. Do not look up. No private lessons. No. Don't even show up at my door.
However old you are, you have to start now.
Okay.
Right. Right. It's not too late for anyone. Even if you're 90 years old, it's not too late. But you have to start now.
Come on, Menamy. 90? Seriously? Come on.
Yeah.
I think if they made it to 90 without Systema, they should teach us something. That's what I think. Whatever they're doing is right.
Look, but I hear stories about 100 years old. They climb, they go climb on certain mountains. They do a marathon, 100 years old. Can you imagine? So you can do it. I don't know. I don't know how long I can last, but the possibility is there.
Yes.
And through Systema, that's what I teach. I try to teach possibilities for people, for my students, not limitations.
I love that.
Because I think we can go much farther than we think we can. Let's expand ourselves.
Yes. That's a really, I don't want to say, well, from a business perspective, I'm betting it's a lot harder to sell, if you like, or market yourself as a teacher, selling possibilities as opposed to certainties. When someone wants to learn self-defense, they want to know how to get out of that choke. How do I escape a knife? And when you come back to them saying, well, let's explore some possibilities together, there could be a reaction like, well, what am I paying you for then? I want certainties, even though we might know there are no certainties. It ultimately becomes possibilities depending on who you are and what the day is and what the situation is. So how do you address, I think I saw on your website, you have the phrase, you never know what to expect when you come to my class. It's always going to be a different experience. For some people that might be, oh, that's cool. But I think for more people that might be like, oh, no. I want to know what I'm getting into, and I want a structure, and I want predictability. How do you help people move from certainties to possibilities, if possible?
Yeah, I think I agree with you. On the business point of view, you're probably right. But the possibility, okay, I'm not just talking about, possibility 20 years from now and so forth, but possibility is there now, right there, okay? you just reach a little bit of possibility there where you can reach. So that's how I teach, something specific. Yeah, every class is different. It's sort of not very structured from the beginning, because what we do in Systema is spontaneous, and a lot of it is sort of improvisational, because that's what life is. We're living the life improvisationally. We don't know, like coronavirus right now.
Right.
We didn't know this was going to happen. We're all improvising. That's how we exactly do in class. That's how I teach and how I train people. But I train people specifically. I give them specific movements, specific drills, specific sort of goals, small goals to overcome. They can do it. If you come to my class, you can see a small successes. Oh, I didn't know I could do this. Okay, you can go this way and that way. I didn't know that. Because all those things come because I'm letting people explore themselves. I'm not putting my words on their mouth or my movement in their body. I want them to move in the way that they are comfortable and they can expand themselves that way.
Well said. That's beautiful. Yeah. Keep your movement out of my body. Thank you, sir. And keep your mouth off of my words. Thank you.
Well, I don't think I can put it in your mouth.
Easy. You've been very generous with your time. I thank you for all of this. Is there anything you'd like to talk about that we did not stumble into today?
Not really. How long did we go?
I don't know.
I feel like I can keep talking about this, but
I know, and I'd rather we could have you on again. As a matter of fact, you're always interesting, and I should tell people I've known you for several years, and I've always known you to be a very calm and patient and insightful teacher. So, if people are interested in Systema or exploring possibilities or finding their true power, absolutely, I would check out Menamy, what he's doing. Where can people find you if they are interested?
I have a website, systemalosAngeles.com, and also Facebook /Systema LA. I put up my videos there quite a bit. I'm going to start doing more YouTube, but I've been very lazy on that part. But,
why is that?
But yeah.
Why is that? Because your goal now as a teacher is to spread everything you've been talking about, right? You obviously believe in it. You're living it. You're an example of your wisdom. So is that your goal now? How far do you want to take it? Just to have a school locally, or do you want to be a global phenomenon? What is your goal?
Global phenomenon, yeah. Like a virus.
A healthy virus, a healing virus instead of a
healing virus.
Is that such a thing?
Yeah.
Is that your goal? I mean, where would you like to go?
Yeah, sure. I'd like to, I just did, several international seminars. So I'd like to keep going that way. I'd like to expand because I think there are a lot of things that I think I can teach and good. That's good for people. So I'll just keep going, and we'll see what happens.
Beautiful.
In the near future, I'm not going to stop unless something crazy happens.
Yeah, no, God forbid.
Yeah. God forbid, right?
I have $100 bet with someone that you won't make it till 60, but we'll see.
But yeah, before you go, thanks for having me, and as
we'll do
always,
it again.
it's fun to talk to you, and
We may be stuck
Yeah.
inside for the next year or two, so I definitely will find another excuse to call you up for
Yeah.
sure.
There you go. Yeah.
But for
Yeah.
now,
Always.
thank you very
Always.
much for making the time. I really do
Sure.
appreciate it.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for setting this up.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so pay attention to your breath, tune in to your true power, and always be open to the possibilities in any given moment. I think that's all really great advice. I hope you can use it. If you enjoyed this show, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, and hopefully you know someone that might enjoy this episode. I hope you'll share it with them. Until next time, smiles up, my friend. Let that smile be your shield and your sword. Keep fighting for a happy life.